Hey everybody, Adam Payne here. I hope this video finds you well. This is the final video in a two-part video series that I'm recording to show you every single step that I go through when promoting a digital product online. Now, if you've missed the first video, make sure that you go and watch that first so it all makes sense. There'll be a link in the description and there should be a little link in the top right corner. You'll click that little eye and you can be taken to the original video. Now, that video covers everything from getting review access, to how to review a product, to how to set up your review, how to write a review, and what to talk about and bonuses and all that kind of stuff. Now in this video, I want to talk about the more promotional stuff that I'll do once I've got all the infrastructure set up. So without further ado, let's go and have a look. Okay, so we're going to continue on with this video dashboard example. Now, once I've published my review and I've published my YouTube video and I've done all the stuff that I mentioned in the previous video, I'll make sure that I share this blog post in a variety of different places. Now, yes, I'll put it on LinkedIn, I'll put it on Pinterest, but the most important place for me personally is to share it on Facebook. Now, I'll share it on several pages that I run, but more importantly, I'll share it in groups. And I'm just going to show you what you can do. Now, this sometimes works if you use these share buttons. I use a plugin called Social Warfare. You may use a different plugin. If it doesn't work this way, you can just go into the group manually and do it. But of course, if you don't run a group, you may not have the ability to do this. So what I mean is I'll share it in a group and I'll find the group's name. So this is the group that I actually run. And then I'll put @ and then I'll start typing in things. And you can see here, it comes up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. By doing this, this actually notifies all members of the group of a post. Now, I don't do this all the time. I do it very sporadically. But if I've got a very important message or there's a product that I truly believe in, I'll do this because this notifies everybody in that group that a post has been made. And generally speaking, this gets more people to actually see this particular one. And then of course, when it's ready, I'll put a little bit of copy and I'll put the link. This picture will also work as a link and I'll hit post to Facebook. If you want to schedule it, you have to go inside of the Facebook group and do it manually. You can't schedule it, to my knowledge, using this particular plugin. Your plugin might be different. So anyway, I've shared this. When it comes to sharing the video, yes, I'll share my video in all the places I'm allowed to, but I'll also use two softwares that I own. One is this one, which is an RSS feed software. It's free to all members of my BizBudden Facebook group and my Video Marketing Insider members. And what happens is you just place your video URL in here, you follow the on-screen instructions, and you create an RSS feed. I also use this, which is much more powerful and more important. This is only available to members of my Video Marketing Insider membership. But this allows all users to embed the video automatically on a variety of different places. Now, this software connects to Facebook, Plurk, Google Sites, connects to BraveNet, Hatena, and a whole bunch of other different places. So users connect their social networks to this tool, copy their YouTube video URL, put in a very tiny description and a title, and then just press a button and it automatically goes and it embeds the video on a variety of different places. And you can connect multiple Pinterests, multiple Tumblrs, so on and so forth. Now, this is only available to my Video Marketing Insider members, but this really does help with getting the video ranked on Google. It doesn't have any effect on YouTube SEO. Now, I want to open up an incognito tag and just show you a couple of things. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, when I published my video, I do my stuff much earlier than everybody else. So when I published this particular video, it was #1 because there were no other videos ranking for it. But then, of course, as the launch comes in, people will come in and they will upload their video during the launch. And my video got pushed way down. I don't know exactly where it was, but it was down here because videos were being uploaded and YouTube really pushes new content. Right now my video is at #3. I couldn't care less if my video is #1 and #10 at the moment because almost nobody is searching for this keyword now, so I don't need to do any black hat techniques to get my video to #1. A lot of people that do these reviews, They basically have a bunch of comments below their video which is them or a bot, because every single thing is positive, and the view count is often really odd compared to the fact that there's no search volume for this particular keyword. So nobody is searching for this keyword, but they'll have tons and tons of views, which doesn't always make sense. Now if we come over to Google, you can see that I'm in the what's called the carousel. Now this carousel, there is no black or white method to get in here. It can be a bit hit and miss, and sometimes you'll be number 1, and then the next day you'll be number 3, the next day you'll be in here. But my EmbedNate tool really does ensure that 9 times out of 10 I'm somewhere in this carousel, which is really important, because even if the blog post doesn't rank, or it's ranking somewhere down here, these stand out. And even if this carousel is somewhere in the middle or somewhere at the bottom, they just stand out because of the way they're presented. So it's really important if you can get into the carousel. That's much more important than maybe ranking a blog post on Google. And I can always get my images I can generally get my images ranked as well. They're not always at the top, but my images generally stand out because everybody else has just got the logo, where mine is a little bit more personal branding. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So let's come back over to regular stuff. So what I'll also do, and I don't do this for every single product, but I'll sometimes take out a Facebook ad. So I want to take you inside of my Facebook ads manager just to show you the ad that I ran for this particular campaign. I should have given it a better name, but I used this sketch image, and I find that sketch images 9 times out of 10 really get a lot of attention because they're different. Some people will just use pictures of themselves or pictures from a JV page, and I've played around with different images, but sketch images can work really well. So I found this sketch image, I put a little green border around it. I find that green is a colour that stands out on Facebook because Facebook is generally blue. And I just put, want to win a free copy and get the best bonus when this goes live on the 11th. So I made sure that my ad was live before the product could be bought, because when people actually clicked on my link, it took them to this page, and before the product was live, if they clicked on the Get Access Now or Buy Now button, which people always do, even if you tell them the product's not live yet, because people don't generally read the whole post, at that point, it went to a page where people could opt in to win a free copy, but those people were cookied to me. So unless those people cleared their cookies before buying, they may have then gone to somebody else's link and bought it without thinking, but they would have been cookied to me. So that was a way of me potentially getting a few more sales. Now, I ran this ad to a remarketing audience, so these people, most of these people would have known who I was. So they've been to my websites before, they've bought my products before. I wasn't running this ad to a cold audience that maybe liked Frank Kern or liked Tony Robbins. I was running this to a remarketing audience of people that have liked my content, watched my videos on my Adam Payne fan page and my Video Marketing Insider fan page, and have viewed my review site or whatever, a bunch of people that knew who I was. So I did that. And again, this was all set up, and this ad was scheduled to go live at a specific point, and it went live before the product was available for sale. Now, if there wasn't the option to win a free copy, I would have just scheduled this ad to go live maybe half an hour before the product was live, because by the time everything was up and running and the ad started showing, the product would have probably been live, and then people could have clicked on it and gone to my review. The reason I send them to my review and not straight to the sales page is A, because if you send them to a sales page, sometimes sales pages use exit pops, autoplay videos, and the link is generally an affiliate link, and Facebook doesn't like affiliate links most of the time, not all of the time. Plus, if they come here and they don't buy anything else that they see on this, if they get distracted by something, or what's best deals, what's video marketing, it's all my stuff. So even if I lose the original sale, I'm still getting people to look at my other stuff. And of course, I've got pixels on this page as well, so that people can be put into an audience as well. So that's important to know. I did also run some other ads. Now this was actually something I didn't do particularly well in my personal opinion. I ran discovery ads. So what that basically means is when you do a search term, you search something in YouTube, ads often appear at the top. These are called discovery ads. Now, because the keyword phrase video dashboard review gets no search volume, it wouldn't have been much point me targeting that particular keyword. So I decided to test something out, and you never know until you test. And this test didn't go very well, but you've always got to show people stuff that didn't go well because it's not always perfect. I did get a couple of thousand views onto my video, and I wasn't paying much, like I was paying 0.04 per view, so it didn't cost me a bunch of money. I spent $36 a day over a specific time period. But I was targeting an audience. So I was targeting people that Google have determined are interested in video software. Maybe they've been searching for other video software. And I didn't really know if this audience was going to convert or not, and it didn't really convert at all. And it actually got me some thumbs down on my videos. The reason being is video software is quite a generic thing. Are these people interested in video creation software? Are they interested in like Adobe Effects software? Or there's so many different kinds of video software. So a lot of people probably saw my ad, saw my copy, and then gone to it and thought, actually, this is not really what I'm interested in. I thought this was going to be something different. And then maybe some of these people would have given me a thumbs down, hence why, if I come back over here and show you, you can't see it in incognito, but I got an 82% like rate, which meant that, 18% of people didn't like my video because maybe they come from this ad and they just weren't. And you get a few, of course, people that give you a thumbs down anyway, because that's what people do. It didn't bother me that people gave me a thumbs down because that's life, but when I think about it, this probably wasn't the best audience to target for an ad because it's not as focused as potentially it should have been. And we can see a lot of people came from mobile or tablet as opposed to desktop. So maybe that's something I could consider in the future. But what I also did, of course, was I set up what's called an email pre-sale series. Now, again, all this stuff is set up way before the product is live. I set these up, sometimes a week in advance. So what I do generally is I'll set up a couple of emails. One email is telling a story, getting attention, being something funny or interesting, in my opinion. People might not think so. So I had this thing and I called it Giant Dicks, which of course might put people off. People might think, oh no, some kind of like they're getting some email from some random porno site. But when people open it up, it was a funny message and there was an image of an ad. And I'm not going to open it up now, but it was just it was basically a fail that a company had done regarding this. So people open this up. I didn't send it to so I sent it to several lists, 18 additional lists. I've got about 40 different lists. So I didn't promote this to every single person on my list. I promoted it to specific groups of people on my list. Okay, so people read this, they opened it up, they maybe had a laugh, maybe they unsubscribed, whatever, but they read this, and then there was a message in here that something interesting is coming. And then they went to this one. So this headline didn't get as many opens, okay, but it talked about something, and there was a link in this email to my review. So in here I didn't really link to anything, I don't think. In this one I linked to a review, and in this email it's the product is live. So that is a very basic way of doing things. Funny or attention grabbing message, secondary message which has a link to the review, and then the it's live message, and then I will mail unopens, and then every day I'll probably send a different message which focuses on different things. So you can see this message was also promoting the same thing. And then of course I'm reminding people in my Facebook group, and I'll do this over time. I'll keep tabs on my Facebook ad, my YouTube ad if I have one. I don't have YouTube ads all the time, and I'll turn them off or make amendments if necessary. And you'll find just some emails get opened, some get clicks, some don't, case by case. But you can see there's not a lot of traffic that's coming from this because I segment stuff. I don't send it to my whole list. But the end result of this was I'd made, you can see here, these are the products. So I'd made just under $2,000 for the commercial license, didn't make much for the personal license. For the upgrade, made nearly $2,000 there, made 462, 873 there, and 888 there. So all told, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about $5,000, give or take a little bit, which is you know, not bad. And because I've been doing this for a while, this may be, although the whole process lasted several days, the setup and the review probably took me several hours in one day, and then the next day I'd probably come back and I'd schedule some emails and set up my ads. It's not hard for me, but if you're doing this for the first time, it may be like, wow, that's a lot of work. And you also have to realize that I have a small list. You know, my email list is tiny, and my Facebook group, although it's free, I'm very selective of who I let in. I don't let in most marketers because I just don't like them. I used to have a couple of thousand members. I cut it back to about 800. It's now up to about 900 or so. For me, it's never the size of the list or the size of the Facebook group. It's the interaction and the ROI that I can get. I know that there are people that promoted this product that ranked their video above me. I know there are people that ranked their article above me. I know there are people that sent way more traffic. But with the exception of one or two people, I don't team up with anybody in these launches, by the way. It's not me plus somebody else, which most people will team up. You know, I managed to do fairly well. You know, I think it was just outside the top 10 for this launch and for another. And I only just finished doing my own launch a day beforehand as well. So I've been hitting people up with my own product. I do know if we go back here, for this launch here, Fade to Black, I actually managed to get about 7th or 8th in this particular launch. And again, everybody else was teaming up or have lists in the like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. If we go over here, for example, this guy releases a product every 3 seconds. So if you release a product every 3 seconds, it goes without saying that you're going to have a huge audience and a huge list. And yeah, there are certain people that will be able to make more sales than you because they have a bigger audience. But for me personally, it's about a small audience that interact, that know, like, and trust you, and that you're very picky in what you promote. And I am quite picky in what I promote. I don't promote everything. I don't promote something because I'm in a circle jerk crew that I don't launch a lot of my own products, so I don't need to worry about that stuff. I have my own membership and I make my own money doing other stuff as well. But that little mini rant aside, that's it. There's no secret sauce per se. It's not hard, but it is work, and that's where a lot of people struggle. And if you're just getting started, don't compare yourself to people at the top of the leaderboard. You know, just compare yourself to you. And if you make no sales now, then your next promotion, your goal should be 1 sale. And then if you make 1, try and aim for 2, and try and always try and improve on your previous best. And sometimes it'll just be the product doesn't resonate with your audience. It may not be your fault. It may be you've just chosen the wrong product. Well, it may be your fault because you've chosen the wrong product. But just please focus on products that are good by vendors that are reputable and stick to that. And if you do that, over time, people will come to respect you as somebody whose opinion they will trust. And even if you have a small list and a small group and a small audience, you will get good conversions and you'll make sales. And then, of course, you should always be doing your own stuff as well. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these 2 videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again. Please subscribe, leave me comments, and give me any feedback that you want. I'm always open to hear people's advice or tips or help, whatever. Cheers, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions or you need more clarification, go and watch the video once more. Over on the right hand side, we have some more trainings and reviews, so go and watch those as well. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and hit the bell notification. Other than that, ask any questions you've got below, and I'll see you soon.